All right, so it's 4:22 a.m. Just so that we're all very clear, this is how things in a building like this work, unfortunately. Now, I just reported the woman from number 47 on our floor for. I called the guard downstairs because someone came banging on my front door at 4 a.m., 4:05 or something, and it was quite obvious they were looking for drugs. I told them to bugger off, and then because I knew exactly which flat it was they were going to, because this has happened too many times this year to count, I wandered over outside 47 and I just said rather loudly, "Listen, can you please make this the last time it happens? I'm tired of getting woken up in the middle of the morning." Didn't say anything further than that. Nothing about drugs, nothing about bringing in the wrong people. Just, can you please make sure your friends don't knock on my door at 4 a.m. And she went nuts. "How fucking dare you, you fucking dog rat piece of fucking shit, you fucking rada, 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 rada." And it was pretty obvious what was going on. I mean, quite clearly that person had come to my door looking to score drugs, didn't know which way to turn out of the lifts, turned the wrong way, were exact mirror images of one another on the corridor. It's happened more times than I can say in just the last few weeks. People turning up and talking to me like they know me, knocking on my door at 3 a.m. and saying, "Oh, g'day, Jimmy, how are you, mate? Oh, I met you the other week at such and such and such." And you just have to say, "Mate, I don't use, I don't deal, please fuck off." And you can see they just switch off. They just, "All right, later, chook 'em." Anyway, I was a bit annoyed, and obviously I told that delightful person from 47 that I would rather not be woken up at this time of the morning so often, because it's happening probably 2 times a week at the moment, maybe three. And it's nice. I struggle with sleep after some of what's happened in the last few years. I really struggle with sleep, to be honest, and it's nice to be able to get a full night's sleep. It really is. These buildings aren't quiet. That traffic you can hear in the background is Hoddle Street booming still at 4:30 a.m. and it's only going to pick up from here. Well, what you just saw is the result of what I did. You step outside your door and say a thing in question of these people who believe that they run this building, and they certainly run around with impunity because they know that, well, housing aren't going to do a fucking thing to stop them, and nor are the police. Just let that sink in, because you know that I'm right. This is how they reply. They just came past and they fucking banged on my door again. It's 4:25 or something. There was no question in the intent there. That was to say, you fuck with us and we will fuck with you. Do it again and there's going to be trouble. Now, you tell me, what does somebody in my position do about something like that? Because I've tried it all. Police, housing, ombudsman, minister. There are still steps. There are further steps, but they're not gonna be great, and they're going to involve the media. This shit is wrong. Treating people like this, making them live like this, is wrong. There are 1,000 philosophical arguments about what is a sign of a society is how it treats its most marginalised. And that's true, but it's a lot more than that. This is a question of I have a disability. I have a disability that, in fact, I have two. I have two disabilities that neither of which I asked for. I can promise you that. Absolutely not. They've made my life much harder than it should be. And this is the way, because I've had a couple of challenges that most people haven't had to deal with. This is the way I now have to live, of being woken numerous times a night, of living in fear. If you can see that delightful mark on my front door screen, that was from a lovely guy about, I guess about 12 weeks ago, trying to spit at me through my front door. Now, if you doubt this, that was where his foot landed, because he also tried to kick his way through the front door. There we go. There's the spit. He was standing about here, which means he was just great. And let's just continue on. If you can see, my security screen has been screwed back on with some not very secure looking hex nuts. Fucking they're home. Jesus Christ. You just couldn't make this shit up, seriously. It's I was about to give her a rev up and yell out and shut the fuck up, you bitch. Just to give her a Collingwood style hooroo. But yeah, no, that would be stupid. And these are the tenants. This floor is now covered with graffiti. Things are getting damaged at an astronomical rate, and it's all these guys. It's just fucking unbelievable. And it's like everybody is turning a fucking blind eye. Just let them be. You know, it takes so much fucking effort and work to take them before VCAT. Why would we want to do that to ourselves? Why would we? Yeah, indeed. When you go home tonight, you imagine this person is your neighbour, and it's your door when you next wake up at 3:30 in the morning and you can't go back to sleep. You imagine it was your door that they just bashed at again for the third time this week, and imagine how much you would like it. This is how you have to live now. I don't think anyone would like it very much. In fact, I'm pretty sure nobody would.